That was an abrupt ending. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tea Time with Bunky. Welcome to Tea Time with Bunky. Why am I having an echo? Let me shut this off. Okay. There we go. There we go. Welcome to Tea Time with Bunky, the place where all conversations are had. I would like to thank you all of my Tea Time with Bunky followers and subscribers. Thank you for telling a friend and telling a friend that have been there with me from the beginning. I want to let you know I appreciate you. I'm watching my village grow. It has been almost 2 years. Next month will be 2 years since Tea Time with Bunky has been on air. Shout out to wrong one. Whatever. Okay, so I did something. I don't know. I mixed stuff up. Whatever. But let me give a quick reminder that Tea Time with Bunky is on the Tattoo Shop, LLR Ohio, Sasquatch, Boot Hill Radio, and Cuzzo FM every Thursday night on Zeno FM, and on Fridays at 8:30 a.m. You can find me on WAP the Music FM, Culture Shock Radio, Southern Soul Gold. Those are all powered by Zeno FM. I'd like to give a shout out to my village. There's so many people involved in the village that is helping Tea Time with Bunky grow, helping us grow and doing what we got to do. Tonight's special guest, Jam N Draw Experience, the Jam N Draw Experience. Now, no, I'm just going to bring him on, and we're going to go from there because this is an experience. I would like to bring on the DJ MC himself, Mr. Eric Lee. That's Hey, Eric.
Yeah.
You're doing too much. Okay. All right. So for those that don't know, Eric is a DJ, he's an MC, and he's an artist. I've known him first as being an artist. We're going to talk about how he evolved from an artist into the music. It's all creativity, so it all joined forces and combined. And I announced him last week as Crazy E, which he corrected me. He's Jam N Draw now, but it was an evolution. He evolved. So welcome, Eric, to Tea Time with Bunky. How are you tonight?
Good to be here.
I'm glad to have you. Like I told you before, I wanted you in the beginning, but it wasn't time, I guess. When Tea Time with Bunky first started, it wasn't time yet. Now is time. So tell everybody a little bit about yourself. Just a little bit about Eric Lee.
Well, everybody, thank you for tuning in. When I was a young child, I was always interested in cartoons, art of all forms, didn't matter. And what I did is I just started drawing, and this was a God-given talent that I had. Yes. I didn't have to go to art school or anything like that. I think the first cartoon that I was ever really, really interested in is the Peanuts Gang. Charles Schulz was the creator. God bless his soul. He's not with us anymore. But, Charlie Brown, Linus and all them, I used to draw them all the time.
Okay.
And when I was a young child, and my father had one of those reel-to-reels. I don't know if you guys know what a reel-to-reel is.
I remember them.
Okay. Old school cameras.
Right.
He actually videoed me drawing Charlie Brown and the Peanuts Gang on a chalkboard.
Now, how old were you? You remember?
Oh, my God. I think I was like 6, 7 years old, something like that.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. I think I was that age. I wish I had some video to show, but I don't. So.
Okay.
But it was good. It was good. I mean, like I said, I've been drawing since I was a young child, and I just evolved from there. I mean, I have a lot of artists that influenced me, and I just practiced throughout the years, and I just gotten better. I mean, anything that you are passionate about,
Right.
and you actually practice it,
Exactly.
you get better and better at it. Doesn't matter what it is. It could
Right.
be art, it could be music, whatever.
Okay, so
Even your show, Bunky.
I know it. I know, right? It's doing something. It's doing
I
something.
mean, my goodness, I never would have thought.
Me neither. But we're gonna get on me in a minute.
Okay.
Now, when did you become a DJ? Now, like I had mentioned originally, you were known as Crazy E. And for those that don't know, Crazy E would come out in costume. I'm visualizing you with those tinsel wigs and those shimmery jackets, entertaining. Oh Lord God, here we go. When did you evolve? No, let's talk about oh Lord God. I cannot. Let's talk. I can't even look at you right now. What Crazy E? What brought about Crazy E? And then quickly talk about the transition into Jam. And no, we're not gonna do that yet. Talk about Crazy E. Get a little bit about that. When did that come about?
Well, Crazy E was like it was made up, and I was doing a lot of kids parties at the time that I had that name. I don't know if you guys remember what was it called? It was Discovery Zone.
Yes.
It's called Discovery Zone. Y'all know Chuck E. Cheese is out of business too, but I worked there, and I was in charge of all the kids parties there. So I would dress up in all my outfits and everything.
Makes sense.
I was doing some crazy stuff. I was jumping off tables, running into walls, doing cartwheels on the floor, and everybody wanted
oh my
me.
God.
Crazy. I was Crazy E.
Yeah.
I was Crazy E. Everybody wanted Crazy E. The other party hosts were doing their thing, but the kids in the other rooms were looking at what I was doing with my party.
Okay.
I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I was very excited about what I was doing, and the kids absolutely loved it.
And you were very entertaining. You were very, very entertaining. And when we had booked you never knew, originally for our first family reunion, the one at the park, right? When you DJ'd, I honestly didn't know what you were gonna do. I didn't know if he was gonna come out adult Eric or if he was gonna come out in the tinsel wig. I didn't know. I didn't know. So we actually hired you for two different family events, actually. Then one for the DJing and one to do for our Thanksgiving family feast, the caricatures. That's what they call them, right? The
caricature.
I said it right, caricature.
I still said it wrong.
Oh, well, whatever.
All right.
Yeah, whatever. Oh Lord, here we go.
See that?
Yeah, Mad Art Character.
Mad Art Caricature.
Okay.
This man, Tom Richmond, he is my hero. He is my idol. And believe me, this is a study book. It's not just a book that you look at pictures on. This is a study book. I studied everything from cover to cover, and I'm still learning from this book. Anybody that's an inspiring caricature artist, you need to have this book. And I'm not getting paid a dime to promote his book.
Okay. All right. So we talked about the book. I was getting on my nerve with that book. We talked about the book. Now let's talk about how you merged your two worlds together. When did Crazy E become Jam N Draw? Because I've known you forever. It's Crazy E. So when did you become?
And as your cousin too. But we're gonna get into that in a minute. The thing is, when I was Crazy E, I was known for my kids' parties, and to do an adult party, nobody really took me seriously with that name, Crazy E.
No,
now,
you
can
can't.
you imagine trying to do a wedding reception with that name?
No.
Nobody would hire me with that name.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who you got DJing for you? Oh, it's Crazy E Entertainment. What the heck is that? So what I did is I changed it to Jam N Draw. It was first Jam N Draw Entertainment. Okay. And once I did that, I managed to get a lot of wedding bookings and different other adult parties, because of the name Jam N Draw. Okay. And the drawing part is what I did is like when people would slow dance on the dance floor, I would bring my tablet out and I would draw them as they dance. Now, your average song is like what, 2.5, 3 minutes, sometimes even longer, depending on the song. Okay. I could, once the song is over, I hand you your drawing and you guys can hold it up and you do whatever. Now, if you go to my website, you can actually see this in action.
Yeah, I had posted it on my page also for those that don't know, but you can also go to his Eric Whittington, go to his page. But you are versatile, like you're DJing. You can DJ from a little kid's party to a wedding to a church function to
Right.
So what makes you, do you think the Jam and Draw gave you your versatility? Like, what do you think did it for you? And do
It's
people
just,
book you more for your drawing or for your DJing?
they booked me for my DJ and my drawing. It's pretty much the same deal. You know, I mean,
Because it's different.
sometimes they don't want the drawing involved.
Mhm.
Sometimes they just want the DJ part.
Okay.
And I can do that.
Right.
Sometimes they want both. Sometimes they want just the drawing part. They may have hired another DJ to actually do the music, and I get in there and I draw them. I set up my easel and I have them come over and I draw them.
Okay.
And they get to pick pre-drawn backgrounds. I have pre-drawn backgrounds that people can choose from. Okay. I'll show you a little bit of it right now, Bucky. I'm not going to get crazy.
Yeah, Eric, don't be doing too much because here we go.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Relax for a second. Anybody ever heard of Soul Train? This is my Soul Train background. Where is it? Okay. You got Soul Train. You got a guy and a girl there with no heads. You got Don Cornelius in the background.
One more, Eric.
Grandma's a biker. But this is just an example of the different backgrounds that I do have. And you can pick and choose whatever you want, and I put your face on any one of them that you want. Or if you don't want a background at all, I'll put you on a blank piece of paper and we can do it that way.
Now, what if somebody wants to, do you like do just parties with drawings, events with just, you know, sitting there, just being a drawer, artist, artist, you know, do people book you for that?
Yeah.
Like, have you had those? Now, did you take
I've had speed drawing events where I'm not sitting at an easel. I actually have my tablet and I will walk up to your table and draw you at your table. Okay.
Isn't that invasive? Like, do people ask for you, or is that invasive? Like, if I'm sitting there,
I'm not going to just go up and do it.
Okay, because I'm like, this crazy man coming up to me while I'm trying to eat my chicken. I can't.
Yeah. I mean, I will ask you, you know, if I could draw you.
Okay.
And either they're going to tell me yes or they're going to tell me
you no. Right.
That's it.
Well, your passion more, is it the music or the art?
It's mainly the art. That's my passion. I mean, I do like music. Don't get me wrong. I get out there and I just kill it. You know, as far as the DJ thing goes, because I grew up with DJs.
Yeah, you're really good.
I grew up with DJs, but the thing is, my art is my passion. And why not? I said, why not get the art thing involved too?
Right.
Why not?
Why not? Why not? Now, like you had said before, we are cousins. We're first cousins. You're like my brother. And so I've always known you to be an artist. You've always been an artist. Here go the dinosaur thing. When I was like, you remember? And you was like, "What are you talking about?" For those, my cousin Eric, he's a character in himself. Like I remember one time when you guys came to Grandma's house. Grandma wasn't home. It was you, your mom, your brother, and your sister. Grandma wasn't home. And when she came home, Grandma, everybody didn't know Lucy Hinton, she had Jesus pictures all over the house. Different Jesus pictures all over the house. Okay. Now, there was this one picture, the frame must have broke or something. I don't know where this picture was, but you came there. All I could hear was Grandma yelling, "That Eric, you drew I don't know if it was a T-Rex with super extra teeth." coming behind Jesus on the cross.
What? Are you serious? I did that? Oh, I don't know.
Yes. No, Eric, nobody drew dinosaurs like you. You drew that. There's just some things that you remember and you never forget. And it was that dinosaur, because I could see those teeth. Jesus is on the cross and he was coming behind. Yo, that was the funniest mess ever.
Oh my God.
And I don't know, if you don't remember that, I don't know if you remember, for those people that go to church, right?
Lord,
the hymn books.
I didn't want you to be eaten up by a dinosaur.
You had Jesus being eaten by a dinosaur while he hung on the cross. But in the church, the hymn books, I remember for people
I didn't draw in the hymn book.
Yeah, you drew in a hymn book. You know how you the book, you turn the book where it gives it life. You know how you do those.
Oh,
you did that. You did the animate on the corner, the bottom corner.
I
You remember doing that? Yeah, I was like,
I would make a move. You know, I would draw each thing, and each character. You know, an arm doing this, and then this, and then this, and then this.
Yeah.
And when you flip it, it looks like he's raising his arms, you know, or running. However I'm making him do it.
So who wasn't paying attention in church?
Well, I admit it.
So I
wasn't paying attention.
No, so like those are some of the fun. That's why I'm like, I've always remembered you being an artist. I've always remembered your drawing. Like you always had that gift.
I don't know why I chose to be in church doing that. I could have done that at home.
But you had no choice. We had no choice. It's like it's what we did. We had no choice. Do you remember your book at the school? The roundabout about the book you drew.
Yes.
For your school. That was part of that newspaper article, right? That is on my page that you sent me.
Part of it. Yeah. I was asked to draw the cafeteria rules, things that you have to pay attention to and not do in the cafeteria while you're eating.
Was that what that was about?
The thing is, when you saw that newspaper article, it was just the beginning. It was just the beginning of the drawing, but there was other drawings there. I made illustrations of what not to do in the cafeteria.
So what were you doing? Something had to have happened that made them approach you at such a young age to make this book. Like, what happened? Do you remember?
They
at Roundout Valley School, by the way.
Yeah, they liked my work. They liked what I did. And they had an idea. They wanted to get a point across to all the students, you know, not to do this, not to do that while you're eating. Because people would like throw food in the cafeteria.
Yeah, food
fights and stuff like that. I had to make something. I had to draw something to tell them to stop doing that. Not that it helped, but people did look at it. They checked it out. Some paid attention to it. Some people didn't. But you know.
Okay, so okay, because I never knew what that was about. I just remember that you had a book and it was around our Valley School, and Grandma was so proud. I didn't know.
Well, I was asked to do that, and I said, okay, well, why not?
And you remember your first characters that would have blown the Simpsons out of the water? You remember them?
Yeah, that was them.
I know that you remember the name.
Oh my goodness!
People might be offended now. You know, they get offended. Stupid George and Ugly Maria. With Stupid George and Ugly Maria. Because you had
their son Junior.
I don't remember the son.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Junior. He was. I made several comic books about just the son.
Yeah, you had so many comic books that do you have any of those?
I actually do. I don't know where they are right now, but I still have some.
Let me tell you, like what?
It was great.
I mean, for those that don't know, Eric is an amazing artist. I mean, and you're self-taught. It's just a gift. It's a God-given talent.
And I thank God for that talent, you know, and I practice all the time because any artist will tell you that they can be better. They're always like, you know, this is not good enough. Now, your average person that's being drawn, they'll think it's amazing. But you as the artist,
right,
you
critique
yourself,
everything. Right.
I can do better.
Right.
I can do this better. I can do that better. That's
Right.
why I studied Tom Richard's book.
Mhm.
Okay. He even says that he's an amazing artist, and he even says that about his work. So I don't know. I mean, I know I shouldn't act like that, but I do.
No, that's what any artist does. They do something and they'll be like,
And
no, I should have
musicians
did
do the
this.
same thing. Well, maybe I should have done this chord, and maybe I should have done that chord. My
Right.
brother's a musician,
Yes,
and
he is. Do
believe
you
me, he's
do
a great
do you do
musician.
murals? Do you do murals?
Yeah, yeah, I do.
You're good too. Yeah, you're the talent
Well, the thing is that what I used
just
to do
runs in your family.
is I used to work all the time. I used to work with my dad. He did construction.
Mhm.
Okay.
He was an
And
amazing carpenter.
yeah, he was an amazing carpenter. Let me show you something real quick before I get into that one.
Oh
This
Lord.
is my father right here. I don't know if you can see it.
No, Uncle Baron. Oh,
That's Dad.
he was the best, you
He
guys.
taught me everything that I know as far as business.
Hmm.
Because he says, Eric, you're gonna have to work for people, but I want you to get to the point where you're an entrepreneur,
Hmm.
and I want you to tell people what you want as far as funds go.
Hmm.
Don't let nobody say, "Oh, I can give you this and I can give you that." No, there's many times where I worked with my dad, and he was talking with the people, and he told them exactly what he wanted to do this project and do that project. I ain't never seen so much money in my life. These people wanted them. They paid them. They paid them a deposit, and then after the job was done, they gave them the full payment. It was amazing. It was amazing. So
Because his work is still standing. His work, I still see Uncle Baron's work around. Yes, he
Right now,
does.
he hasn't been with us. I mean, he left us in 2007. That's when he left us.
Right.
And oh God, I don't believe I'm getting ready to say this, but I'm just gonna say it though because I was very close to my father. He taught me
You look just like him.
a lot. Oh, thank you. He taught me a lot. Okay, and I pretty much gave up everything when he passed away. I said I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to DJ no more. I don't want to draw anymore. I don't want to do anything anymore because my father's not around. And we used to sit down and talk all the time when he was alive. And Dad came to me in a dream. And if he could smack me in the back of the head, he probably would have. Don't do that. Don't act like that. Continue going. Continue working. Do what you have to do. Be the best that you can be. I can hear him saying that right now because he was the best that he could be. Now I'm the best that I can be. I had all my stuff out of the yard sale, and then after that dream, I packed everything up and brought it home, and I pretty much started over. And I'm glad I did that.
About how long ago was that?
Even in death, my father was giving me advice on what to do.
Well, absolutely. That was Uncle Baron.
Yeah.
I know a lot of cousins because everybody was up there at y'all house. All the cousins went through y'all house. He's taught, I think, all the boys, so many of the boy cousins, carpentry. Like a lot of them know it because of Uncle Baron.
Yeah.
But how long ago was that happened? That you wanted to give? Because I didn't know you wanted to give up all this stuff.
Oh yeah, well then I was very depressed. My dad was sick for a long time, and the day before he passed away, I was on my way to work, and something hit me. I had to pull over to the side of the road, and I just sobbed like you wouldn't believe. I couldn't hold it in anymore because I knew something. Because my mother would not let me go to the hospital that day. Would not let me do it, and something told me that was going to be it. So I couldn't even finish work. I did like maybe a half a day. Came back the next day. He was gone. And my mother told me all about it, and I still miss him today. I mean, but I don't want to make this a sad broadcast.
Right.
But he was just, my father was just amazing, and I've learned a lot from him through my DJing and through my drawing. I'm not really a carpenter like he was. I do the contracts and everything with different people that I don't know. And And he always says, do the best that you be the best that you can be, and whatever it is that you plan on doing, be the best that you can be.
Now let me ask you something. This what you just said, it totally goes off of what we were planning on talking about or
All right,
whatever.
all right.
But it goes with the flow. Like you were talking about Uncle Barron and how he encouraged you guys, encouraged you to be a stand-up guy and pursue your dreams and give it your all. Don't half step it, right?
That's right.
Do you feel, because now looking around, you look at the way our community is viewed. Do you think having a strong father in your life made the difference of who you are today? Because a
Of
lot
course.
of
Absolutely, absolutely. Because when you look at nowadays, there's some kids out there who
Mhm,
have their, you know, some of
mhm,
them are in jail, okay, or either 6 feet under, all right, and
mhm,
they're just not there for their kids, and their
right.
kids wind up, you know, being, whatever. It's just ridiculous how they act. I used to work for the Youth Advocate Service, okay, and I saw how these kids act without a real man, a real father figure in their lives.
Mhm,
It's totally, I don't even want to get into it, but it's a bad situation. How they
mhm,
would talk to their mother, how they would treat other people,
mhm,
okay? And it's because they don't have a real father figure. I had a father figure. He was strict. My dad was strict, very strict, but the thing is, he did what he had to do for his family.
yeah, he was strict on the boys. Rhonda got away with everything.
No, I didn't get away with all that. Well, actually, she did. Hmm.
Right. Because she was a baby
We
girl.
used to do something because we used to go shopping, right? We used to go to this place called Lloyd's. Okay, this was out in Montgomery somewhere. I forgot where it was. Me and Darren and Ronald was in the car, and he'd make us stay in the car and bring Rhonda in the store with him.
That sounds about right.
Y'all stay in the car. Rhonda, you come with me. And then every time, and then when we did go to him, we wanted to go to the toy department.
Right.
He didn't want us to go because we needed to be together in the store. So
Uh-huh.
he would take his hand, and I remember to this day,
Big
he would
hands.
take his hand, put it on our heads, turn us in the direction that he wanted to go.
Uh-huh.
And God forbid we look backwards. I got something to say about you too, Bunky.
Look, I stand in my truth.
We
I,
couldn't be around you.
listen, y'all. I wasn't a bad kid.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, because me and Darren, we was into our dirt. We did what we had, what we did. But God forbid that Bunky's around. We hated to hear that one word. When we were into our mess, we heard that one word, and then we got nervous like you wouldn't believe. Here's the word. Ooh, I'ma tell. That's Bunky. That word, and I don't know if y'all remember what's happening. Little dark-skinned little girl, her name was Dee. Bunky reminded me of Dee. Everything that we did, and she was always telling her brother Roger. All right? And she used to always tell, Bunky would just look for things to tell. Even when we were planning on it, we haven't even done it yet. But, I'm going to tell. What is there to tell? We didn't even do nothing yet.
Oh, God.
That was you. Don't sit up there and tell me it wasn't you. That was you. I would have to whisper, yo, damn, we got to go somewhere else. Bunky's over there.
Oh,
God. We'll talk over here.
But you know what? I guess in a way I was looking out for y'all.
No, you wanted a show. You wanted some entertainment. Okay, that's what you wanted. You wanted to see us get our butts beat.
Yeah, Uncle Barron wasn't playing with y'all. He wasn't playing with y'all. And but y'all were horrible. No, y'all were. You and Darren. Y'all were like my little, y'all were my tormentors. Y'all were. Y'all. Anyway, that's right. That's right. And keep it up. I'll tell our sissy now.
What I want to say is, okay, I draw very well. I like to DJ. I'm very, I get out there and I'm going to entertain you the best. I will be the best that I can be. I don't even have to know you from a can of paint. I will
No, you
get out
don't.
there
Yes,
and
you
I
do.
will party with you as if I've known you for years.
Yes, you do.
For
Yes, you do.
years. And that's why people like me. And what I want to say to other DJs just starting out, don't focus on one genre of music. Like just hip hop.
Right. Right. You're
Because
versatile. You play
you're not
everything.
going, yeah, you're not going to get that much a crowd. I learned from a DJ that played all genres of music. He
Mm-hmm.
played country, he played disco, he played rap, he played rock, all that stuff. And I
Uh-huh.
got to learn all that from this man.
Now,
And
where was he?
I
Where did you
remember
learn
the
this
name of
from?
his business. What's that?
Where did you meet this person? Like, how
I've
old
known
were you?
him for a long time. He's known me since I was a kid. It was
Okay.
Soundwave Productions. His name is Chris Pearson, and he was the DJ. And I used to be a rookie for him. I used to go to like practically all his events. He taught me everything that I knew. I got out there and I entertained the crowd.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and I was bring his stuff in, set it up, and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
I made a major mistake at one of his gigs one time. Major
Okay.
mistake. I got drunk.
Oh.
Yeah, I went up to the bar and I got drunk.
Wait, were you
Dancing on
working?
stage.
Were you working
Yes,
with him?
while I
Or
was working. Needless to say, I
no
was
good.
fired that night.
Absolutely.
I was fired that night, and the
Drinking
next
on the
day,
job. Drinking.
I begged and pleaded for this man to take me back.
Mhm.
I swear I will never do it again. Please forgive me and blah, blah, blah. I don't know what I was thinking,
Uh-huh.
but it happened, and I never did that again. I would never drink at any of my events, whether I'm drawing or DJing. I do not touch a drop of alcohol.
Mhm.
Okay, because that's not professional.
No, it's
At all.
not.
It's not professional, and I learned my lesson after that night. Believe me.
Mhm.
So, whew.
How long ago was that?
This was years ago. I don't know exactly how long ago, but
Okay.
I was just getting started. But I thought to myself, well, I can have a few and I'll be all right. I mean, it'll loosen me up. Yeah, it loosened me up all right.
You was
And
Lucy.
I didn't have a job after that.
Now, you talked about how you would go out into the crowd and dance with the people and everything. You're an entertainer, right? You're an entertainer to your core. That's a given. And anybody watching this can see your personality or whatever, that you are an entertainer, right? So how do you feel about DJs like sticking to, like, if how am I gonna say this? Okay, you have a certain audience, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have an audience, and people request certain songs or whatever. How do you feel about DJs that don't cater to their audience? That makes any sense? Like, you go into a crowd and you see the crowd, but you
It makes
decide.
plenty of sense. I worked with a DJ one time, and he was DJing for a bunch of senior citizens.
Okay.
These were white people, senior citizens, and he started playing reggae.
What?
Reggae.
He really wasn't
Reggaeton.
feeling out the room.
And I was like, "What are you doing, dude? What are you doing?"
Yeah.
I can play whatever I want. I don't care what they want to hear. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? People were getting up and they were walking out. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. I went to an event one time, and there was a bunch of people that loved hip hop. This was out in Beacon somewhere, Beacon High School. I remember this. Okay. They wanted all the hip hop and everything and all that. So I said, okay, this is what I'm gonna do to these people. And they're out there trying to rap, grabbing my microphone, trying to rap on it and all that stuff. I said, I tell you what, if you can beat me in a rap battle,
you're a rapper
you can rap on my microphone all night long. I'll tell you what, I'll even be nice and let you go first. And I knew dang well that I could not rap to save my life.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're right.
I knew it, but I had something planned for them.
Okay.
So I gave him the mic, and he did his thing. He was pretty good. And I said, "Is that all you got? Really? Is that all you got? Well, what you can do? Yeah. I took the mic. I put on the most funkiest beat that I could put on. And guess what I started doing?
Rick James.
Put hands in the air. I started singing nursery rhymes. Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All king's horses.
It entertained them though, right? It entertained them.
Went up the hill.
Okay, I get it.
You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. But the thing is, they were acting so hard at first.
Mm-hmm. So it lightened the mood.
You want to talk about an icebreaker? They were cracking up.
That's really cool.
It was, and everybody was. I mean, I played what they wanted,
right?
But they wasn't expecting me to do. They thought I was a professional rapper because the way I started out. I was like, yeah, come on, put your hands in there, yeah, come on.
Oh
then
my God.
Then I started doing.
You started singing nursery rhymes. But you know, that's really good. That's really good. I bet you were.
Just one more little story before we go on.
All right, it's only 7:37. We got time, but we don't got all that time for all these stories. Hello.
I was called. I was working for an entertainment company that day. They called me to go to a country western bar to play.
Wait. Okay, you just said somebody called. So how does that work? People.
No, I was working because I would work for different entertainment companies, not just me.
Okay.
I mean,
all right.
They needed somebody that night because I guess the DJ that they had, he didn't want to do it.
Okay.
Because he was like a hip hop DJ and he didn't want to DJ country music.
Country. Okay.
No. So they called me, and I said, okay. So I had a couple of weeks before the actual event. So what I did is I went out and I bought a CD about country line dancing, and I played it in my house, and I practiced every line dance that I could practice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I got good at it. So I went to it when it was time for me to go to the bar. Guy came up to me. Let me tell you something. This is a country western bar.
Oh,
we
Lord.
don't listen to that reggae. We don't listen to that hip hop.
He automatically stereotyped me. He automatically stereotyped me
because I was a black man. I walked in there and he thought I was going to play that type of music.
Right.
And what I did is I didn't get mad at him or anything. I said, yes, sir. I will do the best that I can. I promise. Yeah, you better.
Oh no.
No,
I didn't mean to feel like that. No,
you better play the right stuff.
No, that wouldn't have flown. That wouldn't have flown with me.
When I was finished with that crowd, I mean, I had the cowboy hat on. I had the boots on. I had all of that stuff. I went out there and I showed them how to line dance.
I know, but you know what? Maybe that's the difference between us.
Let me tell you something. When I was done with that crowd,
I know their whole perspective was different.
I've been hired for so many country jobs that it wasn't even funny.
But did that particular dude?
He apologized.
Okay, I was going to say, yeah.
At the end of the night, he says, I didn't know. I didn't know.
He automatically assumed. See, yeah, I would. I don't know. But you know what? I guess your response was good.
Same thing with your Latin parties. I can't speak Spanish, but I know the music. Right. I know merengue. I know bachata. I know salsa. I know all of that stuff. Okay. Girl coming up to me requesting certain songs, and I'm like, oh, wait. I can't speak the lingo, but I can play the song for you.
Right.
She wanted to hear something by Elvis Crespo. Suavemente. You know that one?
Of course, I don't know it, but that's.
Well, I thought everybody knew that one.
Eric, only thing I really know is I don't know.
So anyway, the point I'm trying to make is I learned a lot of genres of music, and I entertain very well at each event that I do.
Right.
Okay. And I make sure that everybody is satisfied, whether I'm jamming or whether I'm drawing. Everybody is satisfied with what I'm doing, And the best thing that a young DJ could do, and
Mhm.
when you go to an event, walk around the crowd, ask people what they like. They'll tell you before you even play one song. Ask people. That's what I did. Ask people.
Mhm.
And then once you know what people are into, you pretty much got it.
Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, like you have to be marketable. You have to
So
be versatile like that, which is really good. I mean, like there's some country songs I really like. I like, oh, because if you listen to it, it really, it's crazy. But if you listen to it, like a lot of the songs can mirror gospel or mirror R&B. It's just the way, it's just the accent of it, the way it's saying, because the words
a lot of
hit.
people got mad, about Shania Twain because her country sounds like pop music.
But
And the people that really are into country, they didn't like the way her music was sounding. Okay. I like country music too. I love some Luke Bryan. Country Girl Shaking for Me. Oh, I play that one all the time. And everybody's out there shaking it up.
oh,
Love it. But that's the way you have to be.
that's the way you have to be.
Don't stand there. A monkey could stand there and play music.
Not a monkey.
You can train a monkey to do that. But if you get out there, and the thing is, I added costumes with it too.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And I got out there and I partied with you like I've known you for years. Okay.
Like it was 1999. Yeah.
Disco party? Forget it. You don't want me to do no disco party. I got the Afro wig and all that.
Yes, you do.
Yes. And
Yes.
you know this. And
I
get out
know.
there
Yeah.
and I'll play Disco Inferno. I'll play some Bee Gees. I'll do all that.
But look, tell Eric, look, that goes Steph right there. Steph, you missed it. He mentioned you. But listen, let everybody don't know on here how obsessed you were. I don't know if you still are with Michael Jackson. Not Michael Jackson. Michael's mine. Rick James.
Now, wait
Rick
a minute.
James.
I like Michael Jackson too.
Yeah, you do. You do like him.
I'll do the hustle.
But no, Rick James. Rick James, like you've done.
I love some Rick James. I mean, I like Rick James so much. I used to do like college shows. They used to have like lip sync shows.
Yes, you did
at the college, and I dressed up like them. I actually got a real band to be behind me.
Yep, and our cousin Binky going across the stage. She was the girl. Eric had the big long Jerry curl wig with the fur coat and the leggings.
It was 2 nights of that. The first night, I got so hyped and involved in it.
You thought you was Rick James?
No, I lost my wig. My wig came off.
Why am I picturing? I can picture. I can picture it.
She was in the audience cracking up. All of a sudden, I'm bald-headed. My wig is on the drum stand. You know, he's trying to play the drums, and I'm like, I have to go and grab my wig off of the cymbal. That was the first night. The second night was better. But I've done some Rick James events in other schools too, and I did one where I was like very, very let's just say I was too nasty with it.
Oh, and, God!
They disqualified me, and the curtains closed.
And you know what? I'm
not gonna tell you what I did, but it was kind of.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know what you did.
I'm not gonna tell you what I did.
And listen, and that is the exact reason why I did not play him. And I wanted, I always play a song that fits whatever the mood. And knowing that you're a big fan of his, I wanted to play a Rick James song. But as I went through all of the work, they stressed me out. I couldn't do it. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm like, I just, I can't. Like,
one of his songs that was very popular was Super Freak.
Mm-hmm.
And that wasn't too bad.
But no, it is. No, I've heard a lot worse, but I'm just saying for me. Whatever floats your boat, that's what floats your boat. Let it float on. float your boat on. But it doesn't work for me. I can't. I just
To each his own.
to each his own. And no judgment. You don't judge me on my Michael Jackson. I'm not going to judge you on your Rick James. It's what it is. It's all cool.
It is what it is with that. I mean, but the thing is, I like Rick James, but I did not like his lifestyle.
Yeah, his lifestyle was a hot mess.
Was not good because he was always, smoking. He was into the cocaine thing, and he got into a lot of trouble with his drug habits and everything that he's done. Okay,
he was unapologetic. He was unapologetic in everything he did.
Yeah, he was. He just didn't care.
He didn't care.
He didn't care if you didn't like him. Oh well. I'm Rick James.
You saw that on Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle was a good imitation of him.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm Rick James.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it. Yeah. But
I know.
But that's the way he acted, though.
Yeah, it was. And people loved him. Like
I was a big fan, but I just didn't like his lifestyle.
And it's fine. It's whatever. Like
I
if you don't like,
I want to see him live in Poughkeepsie. He played at the Champs. My cousin. I wasn't driving at the time. I begged
Eric is your dude.
I begged him to take me there. And he took advantage of me. He's like, well, you got to pay me this and you got to pay me that. I scraped up as much money as I could to fill his tank. I said, take me there. And when I got there, Rick James was everything I thought he would be. I was right there in the front of the stage. He pointed at me and he said something to me. He was throwing joints at the crowd.
Oh my God.
I mean, this is real marijuana. Okay, and people were lighting it up, smoking it. I mean, I did not smoke weed, but I tell you what, I might as well had.
I'm sure you got a contact. Lord have mercy.
I might as well had smoke. But he put on a heck of a show, though, and I went to see James Brown too. He put on a heck of a show. But they're not with us anymore. But man, these were entertainers.
Yeah, they were. And you're an entertainer.
Jackson, I wish to God I could have seen Michael Jackson.
No, I had the opportunity, but I turned it down for the mere fact that I said it would have been a waste of money for me, right, to go see Michael, because I'm one of those fans that would have passed out and probably would have got trampled. So it would have been like, it would have been no point. That's why I'm like, I knew how I acted seeing him on television, hyperventilating and crying and carrying on. It's a hot mess. Well, I still am a hot mess, but so why would I pay? Why would I pay if I'm not going to see him? I'm going to pass out.
When I went to see LL Cool J at the Civic Center, I had my girlfriend at the time with me, and she going to act a fool and take off her drawers and throw it at the man.
I can't.
Try to get into the limousine with him.
Okay, I can't.
No, we broke up that night. I said, you know what? You embarrassed the heck out of me. How could you do something like that?
That was your girlfriend?
Well, not after that night.
Oh my God, the disrespect of it all.
Not after that night, because I wasn't expecting none of that. No. Why can't you just dance? Why you got to be taking off your clothes?
But let me ask you, all of this, all of those experiences, do you think they help mold you into the entertainer? I mean, like, you were always an entertainer. Let's put that out there. You were always an entertainer and you were always an artist, drawing a dinosaur behind Jesus. You were always an artist. Do you feel that your life experiences helped you and mold you to become the entertaining DJ that you are now?
Sure. A lot of things that I've gone through in life. Mm-hmm. It made me a better entertainer. It made me a better artist. Mm-hmm. Okay. And just things that I would draw. Okay. And I didn't want to tell you this, but when I first got into caricature, I did not like my boss at my job. Uh-huh. I drew a picture of her. She was a big lady. And she was, not that pretty looking. And she would always yell at me and always yell at everybody else. So what I did is I went home that night and I drew a picture of her in a zoo, in a cage, eating a bag of lard. I can't. That next day, hung it up above her office. I did not sign it.
No, you didn't.
I'd be a fool to do that.
Yeah, you
would have. Above her office, And she walked in, and everybody, all the guys were standing there looking up and laughing their behinds off. Just laughing.
Did she see it?
She walked up. She said, what are you doing? What are you looking at?" And they pointed to it. And she saw a picture of her in the zoo eating a bag of lard and a bunch of monkeys trying to get her food and all of this stuff.
You know, that was totally disrespectful.
I'm sorry to have to say this, but she got upset. She started crying.
Yeah, of course, that would make anybody cry because she didn't realize that she was on a power trip and the way she was treating people.
Right.
That was mean.
I know it was mean. I know, but I meant to do it though. I mean,
because the way she made you feel.
Now that I look back at it, I'm sorry I did it. Yeah. But then I thought to myself, I'm like, I could actually do this. I could actually draw funny faces. Mm-hmm. And people, will actually like it. So that was part of the caricature thing. And I would look at other caricature artists, the way they did it, the way they exaggerated people. I love the exaggeration, but I really didn't want to do that.
Yeah, the features.
Because some people get offended by that.
They do.
They get offended.
If you highlight their eyes or their lips.
She sat in front of me one time. She was cross-eyed.
You did not draw that woman cross-eyed.
I did. She went and told her husband.
You should have put some shades on her or something.
She went and told her husband. I got mad about it. I got offended by it. I said, you know what? You might as well take every picture down in your house. If you don't like this, you might as well take every picture of yourself out of your photo albums, everything, and just throw them away. You can't help the way you look.
So
I was being mean, and
you're being a jerk.
Sorry I said
that. So let me ask. So do you ask people now, are there any features that you don't want highlighted? Maybe you ought to ask them that.
Well, I explained to them, and they should know this, being a character artist, they should know that, that you're going to take the thing that stands out the most on their face, and you're going to exaggerate that. If it's their nose, you're going to make it bigger. If their ears, you're going to make that bigger. You always start out with the head shape. Okay, the head shape's going to be huge. Body's going to be little. All right, a lot of artists do that. Okay. And there's guys that just exaggerate the heck out of you, and I don't know if I can bring myself to do it because I think I'd be in trouble. I like to exaggerate just a tad, not much. I don't over exaggerate it.
Yeah, because I'm looking at this picture. My head is kind of big in that picture over there.
Your head is big. That's the way it's supposed to be. That and the headphones.
No. I'm talking about the one you drew at the family reunion, the Thanksgiving.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Yeah, I had that on my wall. I have it on my wall. Yeah, it's on my wall.
I forgot I even made that.
Oh yeah, I was super mom. The super mom one. Yeah.
And you are a super mom too.
Well,
I see a lot of your posts online. You're just awesome. You're an awesome mother.
Well, you know what? We got it. Look where I learned from. I mean, come on, look at the women in the family. They're awesome moms.
Yeah.
They're awesome. So, I got it honest. Now, people can reach you at Facebook, your page, Eric Whittington, or call you at 845-332-5055. Now, do you answer random calls or should they leave a message first? Because I know when you call me, you better leave a voice message first because I'm not picking up on the first one.
I mean, anytime that I'm calling anybody and they got a voicemail, of course I'm going to leave a message.
Okay.
Unless their voicemail is full.
Right.
I can't leave one.
So make sure your voicemail is not.
Yeah, and I'm guilty of that sometimes. I get so many messages. My messages thing is full and that's it. And I have to clean it out so I can get messages. But right now, I'm getting upgrades on my my Facebook, all my social media pages, LinkedIn. I mean, everything that I'm into, Instagram, all that. All of that's getting upgraded, and I'm going to post it once it's upgraded. I'm working with some people on that one. Okay. So
I'll reshare that one that I have that you sent me, the experience. I'll reshare that so people can go and see what you do, so they can go and get an idea of the experience.
Well, the experience is good because, the thing is, what I really don't like is when people sit in front of you and like a statue and like this.
Yeah, no.
I said, relax.
It's not a photo. Right.
Move around a little bit. Talk
Right.
to me. You have a good conversation with somebody. Relax them. I mean, if you're having a good conversation like we're having, they're relaxed, and you get to see you're actually drawing the relaxation. Okay. Not their face. You're just drawing their personality. That's what caricature is all about. You're drawing the person's personality.
That makes sense.
Okay. And that's why there's a lot of artists out there that do very good. His name is, I know this one guy's name is Adam Pete. He's very fast at what he does. And I don't know, you got to go to YouTube and check his stuff out because it's really, really, really good.
Now, are you taking it? Are you taking any bookings? Like, are you taking bookings for parties? Like, you do parties and personal. What about like family events? Like
next month, I've got a baby shower to do. I did this woman's wedding about 4 or 5 years ago, and she's having a baby shower. She's having a baby shower. She finally decided to have a child.
A satisfied customer.
So I got a call, and I'm going to be there drawing stuff. I'm drawing, all the guests there at the baby shower and all that stuff. I mean, I have done baby showers before, drawing. This one woman came up to me one time, and she was pregnant, and she said, "Listen, I want you to draw my child." I'm like, "Okay, well, where's the child at? I can draw your child right here."
Yeah. So did you draw like a belly and a baby inside?
I drew that. I was like, at first I was like, "Oh my God, what am I going to do? I got to be able to see the child." No, she showed me a mammogram. I mean, what do you call this?
Sonogram, not a
mammogram. A mammogram. A mammogram is the breast. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, a sonogram. And I had to draw a picture of the baby. She's kind of like
jamming out.
I want out of here. That's what the baby would say. I want out of here. Just the arm stretching the belly out and all that. And when I gave it to the woman, she loved it.
That sounds really good.
That was the first time I ever did anything like that because I didn't know what to do.
Right. You had to go out of your box. You had to think out of your box.
Yeah, you had to definitely think out of the box, something like that, because you never know what people are going to present to you.
Right.
You never know. I've done it with dogs. The dog actually sat on my chair. It was a Doberman picture.
Love it.
And this master said to sit still.
And it sat.
And he sat still. And he sat still. Looked just like this.
Okay, so now you draw animals. But listen,
of course,
we're gonna have to do a part 2 or whatever because it's 7:59. You don't even have time. Yeah, it is. It's 7:59. So you got like probably a half a minute to tell people what you want to tell them. Make it quick. Wrap it up.
Okay. Jam N Draw Entertainment. www.jamndrawexp.com. Check out my website. Get in touch with me if you want to book something. Feel free. I'll talk to you on the phone and we can get it popping.
That sounds great.
Thank you for having me on your show.
Absolutely. You know I got you. And for everybody, I'm going to share that link so you can just get an idea what he does. I shared it before, but just to reboot it, put it back up there out in the forefront. So you guys book them. It's a different experience for your party. I bet you not everybody can say they have a caricature drawer at their event. So
drawing you with an Afro wig on.
Okay. All right.
I do wear costumes,
All right. On that note, you guys make sure you tune in next week. I want to thank you all. Thank you for tuning in. Telling a friend and sharing, laughing with us. You can see his personality shine through the screen, so you can imagine what it'll be like in person at an event. So, you guys tell everybody about the Jam N Draw Experience. Here we go. Jam N Draw Experience, and book them, you guys. You guys have a wonderful night. Eric, I gotta go. I can't with you. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.